World Open War is coming up this November, and the first few list attempts have been out for a few weeks now. And this is my review of one of them. I got permission from Gordon from the South African team to talk about his list, even though I am on a competing team, which is really nice of him. The list itself is a lot inspired by what he has seen other people do recently. We had at Sealand Open, we had Benny, who came second with a Soviet Death Star build with body armor, and I know Gordon has been running and been fascinated by running body armored engineers for a long while. So maybe we're seeing a little bit of a shift towards body armored engineers, which is the expensive Death Star-ish units. And if people can make them work, that will be an interesting shift because they are really, really hard. So let's go and see what it is that he is doing, shall we? Here we go. So, 16 order dice, 1100 points. Now, World Open War is 1100 points, and I think for 1100 points, 16 order dice is perfectly on the buck. I think that's where you need to be. What we're seeing is 1250 should be 16.8, 17 order dice. So 11 should be 16 order dice. That's perfectly where you need to be. Inexperienced lieutenant paying that tax. You could give him an extra man just to make him a little more survivable. Take an extra SMG if we find the points. But yeah, knowing Gordon, I don't think he has spare points anywhere. And here comes the first of the Death Star units. Look at those assault engineers. 169 points per unit. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a Death Star. And especially their 7-man units, 169 points. That is insanely expensive. But they have top fighter. They only die on 6s. And they have a flamethrower and a Panzerfaust. They can kill everything. All you need now is something to bring them to where they can kill that. So they need some ability to move up the table because being limited to 6-inch moves and no runs is a bit of a downer for these guys. So I'm interested in seeing how Gordon enables that move up into the zone where they can become effective. At least as a deterrent, right? People will stay away from these because they don't want to get charged. They don't want to come within 12 inches of you because all of this machine gun fire and the flamethrower, they want to stay at range. And of course, the main drawback is that these units will get pinned. People will shoot at them just to give them a pin. So that's the thing that's going to happen. A Commissar, very cheap order dice, need that. A veteran squad with rifles and a Panzerfaust. This is one of the places where we could save a few points. This veteran squad is not as kill Death Star-ish as the others, and it's a 9-man unit. It's got rifles. This could be cut down to an 8, 7-man unit. But I feel like Gordon wants these tough fighters to still be sort of an assault unit, so maybe I can understand the size anyway. The other veteran unit here is the same. Yeah, no, it's not. Something is off. One is tough fighters, one doesn't. I think at least the one without tough fighters needs to be cut down to 7-man. Because these are skirmish units more than they're push units, right? You want them survivable, that's perfectly fine, but I think you could cut them down and that would give you a few points for something else. The free unit, perfectly fine. Medium mortar, inexperienced, we're seeing a lot of these. Dog mines, of course, inexperienced, 2 men, 1, 2. Only 2. That's one of the points where you could spend 1 more point, get yourself an extra dog mine. Light howitzer, inexperienced. Look at that. That's a pro move. That is. Because that just means it's an extra indirect shot. He's only going to use it indirectly anyway. Of course, both that and the free, medium mortar inexperienced will be vulnerable to snipers. But a good player can place them away from sniper fire. Artillery tractor, because why not? It's a cheap order dice. BA-20, that is a problem. That makes this a Death Star barbecue list. It's a really good choice. Darker Stewart and 2 trucks to transport up the engineers, one of them regular, so you can outflank, which is an interesting choice because you can have the lieutenant with the outflankers and then they can come in. The only thing that bothers me with this, because the lieutenant can actually, sorry, mind boggling. The lieutenant with the outflankers in the truck because the lieutenant gives his morale bonus to the truck, which means it's easier to outflank. Um, the only thing that bothers me here is that the trucks are 12-man capacity, transport capacity, and that's not. I mean, you have extra capacity, so that is it. Gordon, good luck. I think you maybe have the points for one more dog mine if you want to. Cheers.